So if there's been anything that's been good for the future of natural integrative holistic medicine, it has been COVID, frankly. And as horrible that is, and as many people who died, and as many millions of people who died worldwide due to that bioengineered or at least manipulated virus, the impact of that, I think, is continuing to be felt and will continue to be felt, not just in terms of people's individual health, which we're seeing that too, and increased cancer risk, et cetera, but also in really waking people up to the reality of what's going on in the medico-hospital pharmaceutical complex. There's got to be a catchier way to say that, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, look, I think about it from the perspective of one of my very first cancer patients. I'll always remember her. She came in with a stage 3 cancer and breast cancer, and we started treating her. And I also told her she needed to get a lumpectomy. So she got it on the schedule, but for some reason it was going to take them like 6 months to actually get her in for the lumpectomy. I think they were hoping that maybe it would spread, so they'd have to do a mastectomy or something. They were like, let's give it 6 months and then we'll see. So
in 6 months?
6 months. Anyway, so, but hey, I was like, hey, I'll take it, right? So we started treating her and she was very compliant. She's one of these 95+% compliant people that I have in my head. So then when they got her actually under the knife, they took the tumor out. They said, well, we were expecting a stage 3. And then when we pulled it out, it was the size of stage 2. But then what was really weird is when we looked at it under the microscope, it looked like a stage 1 tumor. And it looked like it was in the process of dying off. And we were like, I thought to myself, I told her, I said, I think maybe if we just kept treating you, eventually that cancer would have gone away. She's like, yeah, I don't know, but I don't know if I could have kept doing everything for another 6 months. I said, fair enough. But what was really cool is in that case, her medical oncologist even signed off on no further treatment. So she didn't have to do any chemo, no radiation, not even localized radiation afterwards. He said, look, active surveillance, you keep doing some of the natural stuff you're doing. We'll keep a close eye on it, but I don't think you need to do anything else at this point. I think they got it. And, as far as I know, that's been the case. And that was over a decade ago now. So to me, I see what's possible. And that was without even the repurposed drugs. We've seen stage 4 cancer go into remission with repurposed drugs, just true miracles, like wild stuff. So, and that's not everybody. I mean, some people, they have to increase the dose. Some people, and then the other thing I'll just say is I think some people want to like just do ivermectin. It's like, that can help. But if you're just doing ivermectin, you have to expect results consistent with just doing ivermectin, which is just doing one thing. It's probably going to help, but is it going to by itself cure your cancer? Not in 90+% of cases, right? You may get a one-off where ivermectin was the thing in addition to whatever else they were doing that was needed. Maybe it was the kindergartner, right? In our analogy with the prize fighters, some people need 2 or 3 kindergartners. And I think that's probably the majority of people for sure. And and the cool thing about, we're doing molecular residual disease testing. So now we can actually see not just can we see any cancer on imaging, but is there actually any that we can pick up in the blood? Can we pick up any cancer DNA in the blood, any increased methylation associated with cancer in the blood? So we can much better monitor the effects of our treatment than ever before, and also whether we've truly achieved a cure or whether someone is at increased risk of recurrence. And all of that is now measurable in ways that it wasn't even 5 years ago, because the practical applied genetic technology has really exploded really since COVID, I'd say. So it is an exciting time. There's never been a more exciting time to be involved in integrative oncology. And I think I can see now, like over the horizon, truly an end to cancer as a killer. And the way it happens is the molecular technology that I'm talking about continues to evolve, continues to become more sensitive, more specific. We use machine intelligence to refine its diagnostic capacity such that we could be running these tests on every single patient every 6 months and screening. And if we find anything that's concerning, we immediately begin treatment with anti-neoplastic therapies, which is basically what we're doing already in our wellness plan.